fluids and circulation, and this is the part 2 of that lecture. We will continue from the previous one. Here our first topic is the blood groups. There are so many, more than 100 type of blood grouping system in the world, but for human beings clinically two are very important. The first one is the ABO blood group system and the second one is the RH blood group system. Is it clear? These two are clinically important for the human beings, and so we study these two in some detail here. Let's start with the very first one, that is ABO system of the blood group. So ABO blood group system is one of the major blood group system found in the human beings or around the world. Okay, here let's consider that this is an RBC. This is a mature RBC. Mature RBC do not possess nucleus. It is devoid of nucleus. Now, at the surface of this RBC, if there are A antigen, they may be lesser or in greater number, but if they are present here at the surface, it simply means these are what? These are the antigens. These are the antigen. Okay, so if A antigen is present on the surface of RBC, the person with the blood is known as what? A antigen. It simple means they have A antigen. Okay, so now here another word is what? Genotype. Genotype is what? The gene expression for the particular trait. Blood group, this is what ABO blood group system, it is controlled by a gene which is known as I, or you can say the capital I. Okay, for the blood group A, it is IA, if it is homozygotic, yes, and this may be IA, if it is heterozygous. Some authors can write like this also, IA, I naught also. So it doesn't matter, the both things are equal to each other. Okay, so the possible genotypes are either it is IA or it is IA, I naught. Am I clear? So these are the possible genotypes. Antigen on the RBC is A. Now RBC surface carry A antigen, cannot carry B antigen. Now consider that this is a blood vessel. This is a blood vessel on which RBCs are moving frequently, means blood is moving frequently, and this particular system, let us consider myself, Ravikant, contains blood group A. In my veins, the blood which is flowed, it is what? Having A antigen. Okay, it means my RBCs contain A antigen on their surface. Simply it means my plasma, the blood plasma, can identify the A antigen, that oh okay, this is our housemate, this is our family member. It means the plasma cannot react, plasma of this blood cannot react against A, but it can react against other antigens. For example, if by anyhow B antigen will introduced in the system, in my system, my body, my plasma will react against B antigen. Oh, this is foreign body, just check him. This is foreign body, just check him. So in a response, anti-B, that is antibody B, is extremely produced in the cytoplasm. So antibodies in the plasma of Ravikant, what? It is B. It is what? B. It simply means they cannot allow antigen B to enter into this blood. Is it clear? Okay, very good. Now, I have B antigen on their surface. Now this time, this RBC have B antigen on the surface. It simply means this blood group is B. If there is B antigen on the RBC, it simply means the blood group is what? B. And the antibody which is present in the plasma is A, because it identifies the B antigen as its own family member, but it cannot identify the A antigen, and in response it produces A antibody for the A antigen. Therefore, the antibody which is present in the plasma is A. Am I clear? Good. Now the genotypes are I, B in case of homozygotic conditions, whereas IB and IO for the heterozygotic conditions. Story will take a turn that some of the red blood cells have A antigen as well as B antigen on their surface. A antigen as well as B antigen on their surface. Both antigens are present on the same RBC, that is, both antigens are present in the same blood, and both are much more expressive, means both are dominant, and both are dominant in such a manner that both show their effect, and this is called codominance. So, blood group show the phenomena of codominance. Is it clear? The blood group AB have genotype of IA and IB and nothing else. Okay, I and IB, and these are codominance. Both A and B express very well on the surface. And the blood group becomes AB. Now the antigens clearly say this. Which type of antigen is present on the surface? Both A as well as B. Both A as well as B. Now, which type of antibodies are present in the plasma of that person? Neither A nor B. Why? Because both A and B are present in the system, and the plasma can identify A antigen as well as B antigen as their own family member. Okay, so they cannot produce antibodies to check any of that, neither A nor B. So you can simply write that none of the antibodies are there. Good. Now moving to the last group. This is what IO means, 0 group, or you simply say that O group, and the genotype for this is IO. Some authors write it as small I. Okay, both are the same. This is also correct and this is also correct. Okay, now consider another RBC, and this time this RBC surface does not contain A antigen, and it also does not contain B antigen. It means simply what? RBC do not have any antigen? No, this is wrong. This is the wrong concept. Actually, RBC have antigen, but these are what? H antigen. These are H antigens, and they cannot express themselves as it is. Okay, some other antigens are also there, but we are just talking about ABO system, and that's why for our consideration, if neither A nor B is present, simply it means no antigen will be there. Simply it means, but in actual there are some antigens which are present on the surface. RBC surface cannot be without antigen. Okay, must be clear with this. And which type of antibodies are present in the blood group O, the plasma of blood group O? Both, because blood plasma neither identify A as their own family member nor B. Is it clear? So they produce antibodies for the both A as well as for the B. So A and B. The story, I think this story will be very, very clear for you. Now please take a screenshot of this one. Now we must discuss about the donors, because this is clinically very, very important to identify that who are the donors to donate their bloods. Okay, if the patient having blood group A, having the blood group A, the donor will be A, or simply it may be O, but the donor never B and AB. The donors never be B and AB, never. Only A and O are the donor for the blood group A. Okay, now we have to develop some more concepts regarding this. Let us consider this time the patient is B, then the donor will be either B or O, either B or O. In the case of AB, blood group A can also donate blood. The blood group B can also donate blood group. Blood group AB can also donate blood group to the AB person, and O also donate the blood. Is it clear? Now, in case of O blood group, if the patient belongs to the O group, then what happens? A can give this blood? No. Is B is the donor? No, this is not possible. AB is the donor? No, AB is also not the donor. Here only O is the donor. So blood group O receives blood from O only. Blood group O receives blood from O only. Now see the chart. O is present here, here, here and here. It means O is present in all the four donor group. All the four donor group. Simply it means what? O can give blood to each and everyone. So O is what? O is universal donor. O is what? Universal donor. And now you can see this one. It means the person having blood group AB can receive blood from A as well as from B as well as from AB and from O. It means the blood group AB receives blood from all other groups. It universally accepts the blood from all other groups. So simply this is what? Universal acceptor. Universal acceptor. Okay, am I clear? So this is very, very important for the transfusion of the blood. Now, another important factor is the presence or absence of Rh factor. Factor, or it is denoted by the capital D. Rh factor, actually the Rh name will be taken from the monkey, the rhesus monkey, because initially it was found that the antigen which is called Rh or D antigen is present in the rhesus monkey, and later on it will discovered in the human beings. But some of the human population are also there that does not contain the D. So all the people having D antigen are known as Rh positive, or simply you can say D positive. And all the people that does not contain Rh antigen, they are known as Rh negative or simply D negative. Now apply this one on again here. Let us consider this is what RBC. RBC having A antigen on the surface, A antigen on the surface, A antigen on the surface, as well as it also has D antigen on the surface. Now, yes, now what happens? That this is known as A positive. The person having A blood group also having Rh factors, and simply in very common terms they are A positive. The blood group are known as A positive. Okay, so during the blood transfusion, this is taken into prior consideration that although the A blood group can donate blood to the A blood group, but quality will be checked or not. This is taken into consideration before transfusion, otherwise coagulation may take place. Okay, so if the person is A positive, if the patient is A positive and this patient requires blood, so A positive will give blood very easily, or if O is there, O positive will give blood very easily. But A negative, the person with A negative blood group cannot give its blood to the A positive, as it may cause clumping or coagulation of the blood. Am I clear? Good. As you know, it was discovered by Karl Landsteiner, and in Rh grouping or Rh factor, Karl Landsteiner also plays very important role in the identification of the Rh factor. That is the factor which is initially found in Macacus rhesus. So the Rh will taking from here, and the antigen which is present in the monkey, if it is also present in the human being, the human being is known as Rh positive. So why this is so important? First, it is important for the blood transfusion. And second, it is important to study the Rh, because sometimes pregnant women carry Rh positive fetus, although their own body will be Rh negative, and this causes a problem called erythroblastosis fetalis. Just look on the picture. I just try to make it some funny. This is the mother, and the mother blood having no Rh factor, no Rh. Simply it means the mother is Rh negative. In this case, the mother is what? Rh negative. But the fetus, the developing fetus, here it is what? Rh positive. Now, the fetus says, "Hi, mama." The mama says, "Hi, baby. How are you? So cute. You are growing very well." This is the first baby. Listen carefully. This is the first baby, and after delivery, just at the time of delivery, when the baby will be here, baby birth will take place, and the baby will very happy. Wow, I am outside. I am saying some more important things, some more important word, mama. Thank you. Okay. And dancing. Okay. So whenever the first baby, this is the case for the first baby. The delivery of first baby was very successful. It is extremely successful. But during this, when we cut the umbilical cords, at this time, some blood of the baby may move back to the circulation of what? Mother's blood. Since mother's blood is what? Rh negative, and the baby's blood is what? Rh positive. So Rh positive blood in turn in mother's blood initiate the antibody production. Yes. And since this is what? The mother is what? Rh negative. So many antibodies are now already ready for the Rh positive. In each and every next embryonic development, the antibodies of the mother blood can kill the RBC of the developing embryos, causing severe anemia. Red blood cells, they targeting the red blood cells, and hence the problem is known as what? Red blood cells, they target the red blood cell. Erythroblastosis fetus. Let's target the red blood cells of the fetus, and that's why it is what? Erythroblastosis fetalis. Am I clear? Okay. So in order to avoid this, doctor should know what the blood group of mother and what is the blood group of the baby. And just after the first baby birth, they administered a dose of what? Anti-Rh activities, so that the circulation may be very fair for the next delivery also.